All right, guys, it is time for reviews. We've got new campus heroes today and new flashback. 10 new flashbacks. So there's a lot of good content here in Ultimate Team. I've kind of poked around through it with the chat here on twitch.tv/Madden Tips. But now we're going to get it up for you YouTube guys, so you can have it for when you wake up and go and purchase your stuff this weekend, spend your coins on some items. So who is worth the price? We'll take a look at the 5 campus heroes. We're also going to take a look at these 10 flashback items, and we're going to explore who they removed from the game. So we'll start with the campus heroes and get them out of the way. First up is Brian Orakpo. Most important thing to note here, he's a right end. I kept thinking he was a linebacker, but he's actually a right end here. He has 94 strength, 93 block shed, and 98 power move. That's a tremendous combo for a 6'4" player. Good speed. I've taken the liberty of adding players that have above 93 strength and above 92 block shed. At first I was looking and I didn't see many items. I knew the Eric Armstead would come to mind. I knew Jarrell Casey would come to mind. He's kind of always been there. And this Cameron Jordan. But you see, he only has 92 power move. He has 96 power move. But you're not getting the speed here with the Casey. So, yes, there are these items, and they're a lot more expensive. Like the Terrell Suggs is kind of the gold standard here for a linebacker. But remember, he's an end here, is a Orakpo. It's a tricky case. I don't want to spend too much time on him. I think he's a yes for the right role if you need a run-stuffing end still, but there's still some really, really great cheap values. This Tuitt as a budget guy to stuff the run at the end and just to have as a backup is great. This Wolf is great. You know how much we love the rookie Eric Armstead for even cheaper. So I think maybe you go there. I think this Orakpo will ultimately settle down in cost, and he's a pretty unique player with his pass rush ability and ability to stop the run. So I think he is a 3-down player, and I like what he brings to the table. It's a very nice item, campus hero. All right, Montee Ball next up. I was going to toast this Montee Ball and kind of instant pass, but he does have 93 speed with 98 carry with 98 truck. He's also got decent strength, so he could be an okay trucking back. I think there's a lot better backs out there. I wouldn't personally use him, but I do think he's got a pretty nice style to him for a truck back. Duane Browns, a good left tackle for pass blocking. Obviously, 95 strength, 97 pass block. Impact block, I don't really use all too much at left tackle unless it's a play where somebody's pulling. And I personally, with inside zones, like higher run block at tackle than pass block. I'd take both, but I'm going to focus more my stuff on run block for what I do with inside zone. So this guy's here, depending on where his price settles in, he's a perfectly good pass blocking lineman, can go in any lineup, so just check his cost against other left tackles for a pass blocking lineman. But good item. Kyle Williams, we noted he has one base elite item, and it was pretty nice. And now this guy grows on that. He's still a D tackle, gets his second item of the year. 95 strength, 95 block shed, 97 power move. Enough said. I mean, he's not a legend, he's not an ultimate legend. But that's about as solid as you're going to get across the middle, and at this level for a campus hero, his cost should be coming down significantly, and he's got good tackle and should make plays in the middle for you, and can be pretty much actually a 3-down player, which is surprising at that position if you need him. And then lastly, Ben Watson, we'll save him. He's a pass at this time for our offense. Just doesn't really do anything spectacular. All right, so they put in new elite flashbacks. So all these guys, elite flashbacks, and then they took out these guys. So let's see who they took out and just reminisce. Michael Vick, probably the best quarterback the first 3 months, along with Chris Johnson. Best halfback, Deshaun, best receiver. For the first 2.5 months the game was out, until everybody had Odell's and everybody had Barry Sanders and Bo Jackson. Like this CJ dominated the early meta with, I know Gibbs used all these guys. I really like this Deshaun the first month and a half the game was out. Everybody else is been improved. I mean, all these guys have been improved upon, but I mean, these were the guys that were really kind of hanging around a little bit, but even Deshaun had kind of phased out. So it's okay that all these guys are gone. The roll was really good. Great man coverage corner. Even the Rodgers was pretty good for zone coverage. Barwin was pretty nice. So shout out to those guys. They were fun to start the year with. But let's look and see now about Andre Johnson, 99 receiver. All right, for me, I compared him to the Odell, and the reason I did that is because Odell has one more speed. Odell has 102 spec and 96 catching traffic. So they kind of have the same combo for downfield catches, in my opinion. Now, Odell's shorter, and Odell doesn't have the release, but he has the route running flipped. So Odell's 95 route running, but like 92 release. So they're flipped there. With this Andre Johnson, I'm going to pass because the 92 route running to me means he's only really going to be good as a one-on-one downfield catcher. I think he's a great receiver. It's a great item. I love that his Texans items getting some love, but his signature was a 99 catching traffic. This one goes up to 101. His signature just didn't make a ton of plays for me. I like that he got some speed here, but I think with all the receivers out there, you can do a little bit better. But in the role I would use this guy, I would throw him on the outside and let him go downfield and make plays, and definitely across the middle. He's going to get release. He's going to get catching traffic, so possibly a decent slot receiver on kind of post patterns across the middle into traffic. So you might use him a little bit different, and I think that is pretty good. Next up is Pacman Jones. This guy to me was intriguing, but he's a pass at this time. His earlier item, he had a signature also, was a good mid-tier man coverage CB at that middle point in the game. And so his 96 speed is good. His 85 press is low, though. I like that he gets the 90 play rec, but his strength is really low. He's not going to tackle, so he's going to be like a Dion, like a DRC. And he only has 98 man. That's great, but there's a lot of guys out there with 99 man coverage right now. I think 6 or 7 defenders. So I would pay for the Gilmore. I would pay for the Chris Harris before I pay for this Adam Jones, depending on cost. Even the new Boykin, I think, got 99 man. So he didn't get 99 man, so I would pass on him. Jairus Byrd, who I probably say his name wrong every time, the Birdman, 99 zone coverage, highest zone coverage in the game. Throwback, Glover Quinn, I think, has 97, but at free safety or strong safety, this is the highest zone coverage you're going to find. Otherwise, you have to play a corner there, play night train there at strong safety like people do. 92 speed alarms me slightly, but I feel like with the 97 Excel, he'll make enough plays. He has 93 play rec. You're not going to get any hit power from him, but if you want to play a guy in position, he's got 82 man, which can get the job done from time to time. And the 99 zone is just going to give you the best chance to break up the catches downfield. So I would throw this guy in the lineup. I'm still going to use the 99 Woodson over him, even though his zone's a little lower. But I think if you don't want hit power at free safety, this is the guy you'd like with that zone coverage. Elvis Dumervil in the building. This guy right here, 97 left outside linebacker. Good strength. Better block shed, 100 finesse move on this guy right here. So 95 Excel with 100 finesse and still has extremely high power move. He's up there with kind of the Lawrence Taylor and the Deacon Jones as players that can kind of rush both ways. 87 power move's good. I think the Suggs also has a combo like this. But you love seeing this combo of both type of rush moves mixed with the block shed. He's stronger than you would expect. Not super fast, but the Excel will make up for a good chunk of that. I wouldn't use him. I love his play rec. I think he's too slow. I think he's one of the guys that's been in the league for a long time, and he unfortunately lost some speed here, and he's never quite going to be able to get it back. If this was 88, 97, or even, I mean, if it's 90, 99, he's maybe the best item. He's right up there, but the Freeney, speed Jason Taylor, like, can you get a lot of the value you might get from this Dumervil from one of those guys if you really want an excel finesse move rusher? I think so. I wouldn't be mad if I pulled him, but I'm not going to personally go out and grab him. All right, Lesean McCoy. People were pumped about Lesean McCoy. 96 speed, 99 agility, 97 excel, 95 carry, 87 route running, I believe. 86, 87 route running, just 1 point lower than Marshall Faulk, and 99 elusive, 99 juke. So is this McCoy as good as Barry Sanders, who has 96 speed and 101 agility? Yes, because he has better route running. Is he as good as the new Jamal Charles, who's only like 200K now? I don't think so. I think the Charles gets the edge. Charles has lower carry, but the Charles is also a good route runner, and I think I'd go there. He's got one more speed. I'm going to go there. This McCoy, what I find interesting is the base gold Lesean McCoy had 99 agility, but 90 excel. He had the next version of McCoy had 92 excel, 99 agility. This third version of McCoy, still 99 agility, but 5+ excel to 97. So there's some really good route running on this item. I think depending on his price versus Chris Johnson, you can't pay for the Chris Johnson, you'd pay for the McCoy. But if you could get Charles and Falk for 200K and then 85K, and McCoy's going to be in that range of you get those two backs or the McCoy, who knows where he'll be. I don't think you pay extra. I love McCoys. I used the BCA McCoy for the longest time. Love that agility, love the cut. He's a good route runner. I just think if you're looking at top tier backs, you could do a little bit better. So, DQwell Jackson, he's going to be a pass for me. I think the Dansby outmatches him in every area. They're both this range MLBs. He's kind of slow. Doesn't have the zone coverage either. We'll pass on the Dansby, or excuse me, on the DQwell Jackson for this time. Julius Thomas, 92 speed, 92 route running. This Thomas I love because he checks 4 boxes. He checks 3 of 4 boxes that tight ends have. Tight ends have a run block box, which he does not check. They have a drag box, which is just speed. He checks that box. He checks the route running box at 92. That's great for corner routes. And then he checks enough of the box, the one-on-one catch box. He's 6'5" with 94 catching traffic, 96 spec. So he checks that third box. It's his third kind of rating. I love him for drags, but I also love that he can run the drags. But then he could easily run a corner, and he's not like Ladarius Green, who's just speed-based, or just like Jared Cook, who's just speed-based. He's got the route running to go with it. So he's pretty versatile. I've loved Thomas's all year, and this is another good version. Last 3 here, Calvin Pace. Pretty strong. But I think there's a lot of other defenders that can do what he does. I would go with, I believe the Kerrigan, I decided, can do what this Pace can possibly do. Then you're going to get 99 power move. Good play rec. Pretty good. He's going to hold the edge nicely. He's already down to 100K. I know flashbacks kind of hold their value, though, because you're going to pull him. So unless this Pace gets to 50, 60K, I think he's a pass. Campbell is a cool item because I forgot he was kind of in the game. But I think he was an Auburn quarterback. 98 throw power, so big arm. 87 mid. I mean, he can play at every level. You'd like to see 90 mid, but he's got the short. He has 95 deep, pretty good. 84 speed. I mean, could he be better? Of course. Is there going to be better cheap value quarterbacks? If this guy's going to hold his value up at 80 to 100K, you can never really use him because you can get a lot of these ratings from maybe even the Jameis 92 might be close to this. Even the Robert Griffin might be close to this. Or so I don't think you pay for this guy. If you get him, though, he's serviceable. And then lastly, the Mike Wallace has 98 speed, mixed with 97 spec. Now, those are kind of his key ratings, but I think at the end of the day, Mike Wallace is going to be useful on drag routes and streak routes, which you can get for a whole lot cheaper with Duane Browns, with the Kevin White Campus Hero. I just don't see you ponying up the extra coins, because even if he does get a nice spec for you, he's not going to maybe hang on to it with 90. The 97-90 combo is average at this time. So I think you'll be able to do a little bit better. Those are kind of my thoughts on all the items that we've seen here today. And good stuff. I really love that they added so much content to the game today. If you guys have thoughts on these items, let me know in the comments. We went over the Campus Heroes. We went over these flashbacks. And now it's time to lock up with these guys. We just played a game. It was a good battle. And now we will be moving on, getting ready for Saturday. We got some Ultimate Legends coming out, is the rumor. And we'll be playing some games. So enjoy your weekend. This is Z Farrells saying bye to the YouTube crowd. Gonna sit here on Twitch and just chat in the chat. All right, guys, on YouTube. Until next time, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you tomorrow. All right, Twitch guys.